Apologies this morning. That's right. Let's start again, okay? Really apologize for that one. Let's start that again. Welcome to the breakfast show. Welcome to the Trading Ideas with SMARTRobie. I do apologize for the small hiccup that we have this morning in here, as I have a different setup this morning, and I hope that this sound will come to you live and good. Now, no doubt, we have seen the market, the KLCI broke finally. I'm going to show you the chart later, around 1620, which is the level that we are looking at. Very important, because yesterday we have the budget 2021 being approved. No doubt there are opposition also disagreeing with it, but it got through and the market seems to able to climb higher. A lot of stocks are moving up, and we will be looking at some of those stocks, especially today, right? So welcome again, and let's start our show that we have for you this morning. That's right. Now this morning in here, we definitely look at the market that we've seen in here so far. You can see, all right, we have the 1620 level that you have, and that's an important level, able to break that. We have the shakeout. Now if you look on the right hand side of the chart, okay, good Server Dynamics, and some of you want me to look at those charts, great, because there was a question posted by some of the user in here. If you want me to look at those stock chart, I'm more than happy to look at it. But very importantly, what do you think the market is likely to go from here? We have the market breaking upside, and let's look at the news that we have for you this morning, some of our headline. But not forgetting, today is Friday, and usually we get more people because today is the advanced level of SMARTRobie, where we'll be looking at different setup, different trade ideas, and also some of the charts that you guys wanted me to look at. Definitely for sure. All right, that's for today, our advanced level. Okay, now for our morning market roundup, definitely we have seen the KLCI breaking higher, and news like this, the oil and gas sector that you see are likely to pick up. And yet on Wednesday, I did show you a chart, and all this was due to the vaccine. We have Moderna, we have Pfizer, we have probably maybe a third one that is likely to come in, maybe Johnson & Johnson coming in, and that's the same. We also have the UK did approve this vaccine. So all these are turning into a market and economic reopening in there. So a lot of the point is what we are trying to say. Everything seems to be doing well, and I have to ask yourself, those of you, especially some of you have been sleeping for a fair time. This is good to actually put your market money into the market. All right, let's move on to the next thing. Good visibility for Server Dynamic. Now remember, last Saturday also in the talk, I did pitch in 5 stocks for the longer term which have a SMARTRobie rating 5 and above, and those seems to be very good going forward in here, and the company wins some overseas contract. Let's take a look at the Server Dynamic this morning in here. The last saw it was doing pretty well, right? As such that I think the market this morning is up 3% in here. And okay, now it up 3%, and this is one of those stock fundamental very similar to RCE Capital, and you know about RCE Capital. This morning up another 3% in here, and point is very simple, ladies and gentlemen. You want to buy those with good rating, especially those of you who are low risk level. You buy those with a very what we call good rating, SMARTRobie rating, and before the breakout, as I said before, RC and Server Dynamics right now, it is rated 7p of 7.7 out of 8 in here, pay a 3% dividend. That's certainly very good. And I also want to talk about ability to follow your plan. I think many of you are not well trained, as I said before, because you're not well trained. You tend to hold it 10%, you take out, and then the others you don't cut. You want to be able to run your profit. That's very important. One of the basis is run. Now let me ask you a question. Have you been able to run your profit inside there? Okay. Okay, there was a question here by Richie Rich. I think the question is kind of referring back to July. I think there's a question posted inside here, but Richie, do post it to our support group there. Then I'll get my support group to answer you there, because that's a very detailed in there. All right. So we have Server Dynamic, which is doing well. Continue to run your profit in here, and let's move on to our next news. Okay, so our next news is Magnatech. Now, Magnatech broke out on the pretense of a good profit, but this morning it is down 7% because it has this very not so good news because why? The net profit saw a drop of 10%, as well as net profit dropped 30% and revenue dropped 10% because of Q4. And we would look at the chart later on, but definitely we have a support in here. Let me just bring up MYEG. It's one of those stocks I do have to, and I really like it because it is a play on Nike. That's right, it's a play on Nike in here. Let me just change to a bigger chart, and you'll see the stock chart in here. I have a nice breakout, but this morning in here it is down. So the question is, do you react to price or do you react in the future? Now, many of you, especially those of you, tend to react on price. I cannot blame you, because that is why you want to really follow the market. You want to see and able to read the chart in here. No doubt the market is coming back now to a base here, definitely having a sense of a trading plan would definitely be good. Okay, let me look at the stock price right now. All right, you can see stock price today is down 6.9% because of this not so news. So because they expected to go higher, it didn't. That's why it come down. But no doubt about it, it is still okay, because if you look at the trading plan, exit strategy. All right. Now the question is always, do you have a trading plan? Most people don't have a trading plan. They don't have an exit strategy, so they tend to react to the price. And because what I do understand, most of you are risk aversive, and you really want to come in and make a lot of money, but you don't want to take risks, and that's going to be tough, because the stock market is a place that you need to take risks. If you don't want to take risks, then you stick to those buying at stage 1. Okay, stage 1, just like RC Capital, one of those example. And earlier I did talk about Server Dynamics market started to run. So it's all about training yourself. So that's what this tonight we are doing our masterclass training in here. There are still some last minute registration if you want to. Do join us tonight in here. And also we won't be doing the breakfast show on Monday, because Monday we have live trading for our masterclass student, so we'll be doing a live trading for that. So do take note, there is no live trading on Wednesday and also Monday morning and also Wednesday night, because we are having a US session for our masterclass student. We'll be looking at US market for that one. That's a lot of opportunity in the US market, and I hope that you can join me in the masterclass for that too. All right, so okay, so next, let's look at the news that I have for you here. Next one is Supermax. I think we all know about Supermax, how well they have done. The rubber glove, probably I'll do another talk on the rubber glove after I finish the masterclass on the following Wednesday, where we do for the US market, right? And I will talk more about that one, but definitely Supermax been added in there. What has been taken out for the FBM KLCI is the KLCC property, and we all know properties going forward to 2021 will be really a challenge for them in here. All the tech stocks seem to be doing well. Okay, and we move over to US. Now last night US just managed to rise 86 points because of this news. Pfizer cut its vaccine outlook because they're not able to supply, because there's only about less than 20 days to the end of the year. And a lot of countries are demanding, hey, I want my vaccine, because that way they're quickly reopened. But it actually is more of a political move, if you think of it, because they don't want to shut down, because that's very unfavorable, but they want to have this vaccine to give some sort of hope. At the same time, CVS and Walgreens, which we have this popular, started to move up higher as they are delivering to the nursing home in here. So economy reopening later rather than sooner. I think that's the key message in here that we want to take away with it. All right. Now let's look at the advanced trade idea setup that we have for you. We have two stocks, INIX Technology and MYEG, which actually came out. And let's look at the premium alert at what we have for you right now. Okay. And premium alert is this. In here we have Heng Yuan, Chubi, Palo, Marine, CL, which is quite different from earlier. Medtronics, this one is really running Medtronics, and Dynasia. Okay, Dynasia. These are all very penny stocks, but I have picked up two stocks, which is INIX Technology. All right, and let me just bring out, because today is advanced session, so I'm going to bring out the real-time chart and show you on the hourly chart. Now this is, some of you may not have this, you want to consider having this chart in here that will give you an edge. This is INIX, which is much earlier. We look at 1 hour chart, that was here where we are. You could have got in 33 cents. And okay, let me just show you this chart, why I like about this stock in here. It's continued to go up. right? You can see there is a lot of what we call no supply. Okay, no supply is sign of strength, very important. Now, before this breakout, right, you already have on the hourly basis a green pentagon. Okay, a green pentagon in here, you have no supply, and then you can see scattered of volume here. The volume dropped down, those volumes are low, so those are fine. Okay, and then you have volume picking up, because you have to always have to look on the left hand side of the chart. Okay, look at the left hand side of the chart, and then you want to wait for the next market to push up from here onwards. Then you can see 29 cents going forward. Okay, 29 cents, and then the market breaks up in here. So that's INIX. Now the question is, how far can this run? Now, seeing on the KLCI, let me just show you this morning here, the KLCI, where is it going on? Okay, and you can see this morning we are down 8 points, which is expected, because the market yesterday pushed itself a bit too much. There's always slight pullback, but the longer term is going to be up. Don't too reactive to the news, just like what we talk about Tech in here. All right, so that's the first stocks that we look at. Now let's look at the second one, is MYEG. Also very nice. I can show you that again, because we're going to go back to the step out and step in. Okay, I'm going to explain that. Now, if you look at MYEG, very classic again, right? If you look here, where you switch to an hourly chart, at 165, the green pentagon already come in. Some of you may say, it may have gone in here, do I take out? So this is where you want to use a bit of discretion. And you can see it didn't break down the support at 147. So it's good to run it in here. But what comes out was today's bar. Okay, this came out in today's bar. Of course, if you switch on to the daily chart, you can see this. If you have gone in MYEG on the 5th of October, and you can see how much money would you have made up to here. That's a 24% profit. That's right, that's a 24% profit in the money, rather than you go in now. So the question is it safe to go in right now? So you have two choices. If you are not a risk taker, then you want to trade those pentagon. Now the problem has always been, some of you are undecided, because again, going back to, you're not well trained, you didn't have the right skill to have it. You tend to follow a lot, but you don't follow fully. You don't follow a plan. So this is important. That's why we always emphasize, always have a plan and write it down. And if you don't know how to do a trading plan, join me on Monday, not this coming Monday, but the following Monday, where we do a trading plan. And then once you do that trading plan, do you follow it? But do take note, the more we do this, the better we will do it. We will become. It's just that now the market is hot, you are listening to the left, listening to the right, and you just want to make money. Am I correct or not? Right? So that is a lot of motivation in it, but do take note, if the market, you chase too much, market turn up, it's not good. And as I do know, many of you are not risk aversive. Why chasing all those very fast penny stocks? Like what we showed you. Now, INIX is a fast penny stocks. It may not be suitable for you. Then how do we learn about those? Usually when we make some mistakes, right, and we lose money, then we learn. Right? That's how I suppose it is. So the question is, will you want to lose a lot of money before really learning? Right? The key question is always been like that. But I find many people actually lost a lot of money. Then they started to learn, because they think when they come in, they say, hey, I've seen a lot of the free login, free YouTube. I think I know a lot about the market. But again, at the end of the day, trading is about operational skill. Right? It's about doing it every day. Just like I do this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The longer that you do, the better you are. So you need to do those activities. By just watching, right? By just watching it, it's not going to help. You need to go in, place the trade, buy and sell, open up an account. That's what you do. That's what I do every day. And what I do is to share my experience with you, so you will also benefit for that one in here. Just like we have bought the MYEG. So right now, why this is also good. Now, this is, let me just, take this out. Okay, take this out first and explain a bit of the chart. Right now, switch on to now in here, if you notice that there are, as the market goes higher, there are more green volume bar, which is important. So the market's going up. Very important, what we call, if the market is going up, we want to have step up volume. Okay, this is what we call step up volume here. So right now the market is going up, we have step up volume in here. The market was doing sideways. You can see here was a sideways market, you have the step down. So whenever there is a step down in the volume that you see below here, then the market will pause for a while, which is okay. So that's why it's important to be able to learn to read this. And by having a chart like this, right? And this is what we talk about the step down. So when you step down, you can see the volume here is diminishing, but the market didn't go, and then you have this nice little spring here, market push back up, then you have a line here. Very, very classical, okay? We got lots of good sign to strength, and again, the green pentagon, which is on the hourly chart, came out in here. It's good. Now, some of you may ask me, Martin, for KLCI, what time frame chart if I want to look at intraday? To be frank with you, your edge is on the hourly chart. Don't look beyond 15 minutes or 30 minutes. That's too fast and too much noise. Look at the hourly chart, because why? When you trade on the hourly chart, you want to take profit 3 or 4 bars later. I mean 3 or 4 days later. So when you go in like today, 3 or 4 days later, and you want to take your 10-15%, again, have a plan. Have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you can follow, let's say, MYEG. Let's look at MYEG. Hit that one, and you look at the trading plan, okay, and it will have suggest buying only you break 168. Today already broken 168, so you're in the money. Hold it for 2 weeks to 2 months at 185. Okay, so 185 could be a profit target, and do take note, the profit target every day from Robie will be adjusted. If you have it 180, you can keep it today and hit it 180, that's fine, but it will be adjusted as the market go higher. But definitely when you see a red pentagon on the daily basis, you want to take profit too. Now a lot of people get confused, because when they switch to an hourly chart and then they switch to a daily chart, which red pentagon do you follow, right? Now again, you want to be quick to get in, but you want to be late to get out. One reason why is because, very simple, we want to run your profit. So usually what I do is that I will exit on a red pentagon on the daily chart, but on the hourly chart is where I enter. Just right now, entering for MYEG, and then set it back to a daily chart and let it run a few more days. Of course, if you just have a SMARTRobie, it is just end of day chart, you might want to consider upgrading. Robie, it tends to be very simple. It's more for people who are kind of busy and don't want to work, don't want to be an active trader watching the market all the time. So you enter, you let it run, you put a wider stops, and you probably take a higher profit in that. That's how the concept works, and that's how with this booming market, we will have this market really moving up higher here. All right. So those are the little things I just want to share with you in here. Some of you did ask me about Inari. We will look at those. Okay, yeah. Why don't we look at Inari? And there was another stocks someone did ask me here. Okay, Inari from one of our members. Okay, let's look at Inari. Now, Inari, I have this stock. In here, you can see there's a lot of uptrust. Right? Again, it has a red pentagon, but the market hasn't broke in up yet in here. But remember, Inari, in my opinion, here, let me just switch. In my opinion, it's basically looking at the what we call. Let me just move on here. Okay, this is Inari. Okay, let me just switch on to so this is Inari, so you can see a picture of me anyway. So this is Inari. Apologize, you have to see this. This is where Inari is, and you can see right now on the daily chart, it's still holding up in here. Now, very important, we look at the volume, right? There are tests. Now, very important is that when they are tests, we don't want to see a breakdown. That's important. So we can also switch to an hourly chart in here. You will notice again, very similar to what we've seen early on to MYEG. I do think that likelihood there were going to be a breakout. There's a lot of accumulation in here, a lot of uptrust, the resistance. Okay, at some point, you see here is there is some profit taking. You see the market is going down and the volume is increasing. That means smart money are actually distributing at this top. And if you don't like what you see so far, take some profit too. But if you have a longer term, you might want to leave a bit more to take profit on the higher ground. But right now, what I do think there is, I would put, if it does break below this 2.5, let's look at MYEG. Where is the exit strategy? Okay, if you don't know that, just switch on to exit strategy and let SMARTRobie assist you. So take profit at 179. This one MYG. This is Inari. Sorry, because you asked about Inari. So let's switch on to Inari. So Inari is okay. Put on the exit strategy. Okay, exit strategy is 241. Okay, think to exit. So stop loss is 241, which is somewhere down here. Okay, down here. So it's still a long way in here. Target price is $3. So that's one way you can take a look at target price. Be ready to exit if it break through the ATR stop loss. Now ATR stop loss in here, you can see from the chart, right? The red horizontal line here, which is also around this red line that you see here, right? This red line is still around 242. So it's actually around 240. That is your exit strategy and take profit. So the question is always, if the market moves sideways, you tend to be very kinjeong, isn't it, right? Because you don't know how to read a chart. So you need to rely on the plan, right? So sometimes it's because of this kinjeong, you don't have a plan, you tend to react. Am I correct? No, you say, oh, another stock run already, yeah? Correct? So this stock, you're still stuck here because did you write a plan? So follow the plan. Now, it's very important, like the plan I've said before, you do it on Monday, which is a session that we do. You write your plan, I'll exit 240, I take dollar a trade. If the market moves sideways for another 2 weeks to 3 weeks, if you follow the exit strategy, again, depending whether your trading plan, go back to trading plan here, what is your time frame? Okay, your time frame here, 5 days to 2 weeks. What is your holding period? Now, in this case, it's 2 weeks. If in 2 weeks, what are you going to do about it? Okay, in 2 weeks, let's say from now, it doesn't move, what do you do? Which is almost coming up to December. Do you know? Or some people say, hey, Inari is long term. If you don't really have a plan, a lot of ideas, news come to you, will sway what you want to do with it. And then finally, if Inari go higher, then you say, oh, I sold too soon. Because you don't have a plan. And that's the message that I really want to sound to you. I hope you really get this is why it's so important to have a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, I can say anything and will scare you off. If you need to change, just change the plan. Just go in and type and write the plan. I will exit, I will get out. Okay? And I don't think you're going to have too many stocks. Now, how many of you, just type 1, have more than 20 stocks in your portfolio? Type 1 if you have more than 20 stocks in your portfolio. I don't think so, right? I don't think many of you have 20 stocks in one portfolio, isn't it? That's a bit too much. Because if you have that, you may find it very difficult. Okay? Yeah, sector is very bullish. That's right. Okay, Server Dynamic, always which one's having then drop? Oh, yeah, Server Dynamic. Okay, let's look at Server Dynamics. Our next stock, I think I spent enough time in here. Server Dynamic. Now, okay, now the question is, one of the user posts, every time when you hit 175, people throw. So very simple. You can take partial profit when you hit 175, right? You go in today, take some partial profit. What happens if it breaks? Because at one point of time, this market will break. Now, sorry, this is the hourly chart. This is where we are because 175 here is the resistance. Okay, there is still no green pentagon, no doubt about it. There's no green pentagon here. You did have a climate because they win that project in here. If not, you just wait for it to break for 175. Let's look at Server Dynamics. Okay, again, going back to the trading plan. If I don't know what to do with it, okay, I'll keep my Server Dynamics trading plan. Robie is always there to assist you. Now the question is whether you want to follow Robie or not. Now some people say Robie may not be right, but at least there is a plan. Now if you don't want to follow Robie, then follow the green pentagon. If you don't follow green pentagon, then what do you follow? What is your method for entering Server Dynamic? Is it because of news? Right? You may want to go in. So a lot of time you really need to engage SMARTRobie in the sense that, okay, I only go in, I follow this plan, then later I see how it pan out for me, right? The trading plan follows SMARTRobie. Yeah, that's right. For those who have longer plan for Server Dynamics, whole period will not be relevant. Okay. Yeah, again, going back to long holding period, you may need to ask yourself what is your holding period and why you want to hold too. Okay, don't just say it because oil and gas is going to recover, all this kind of thing. But when it drops, then how? Does it pay dividend? Yes. Or you can say, I plan to hold Server Dynamic is because it is a long-term stock. It does pay any dividend. If the market, if it drops, I still have a bit of upside. And also, I just heard Martin say, 2021 next year, oil and gas akan datang. So these stocks may be going to recovery. So in a sense, on those points, holding long-term is correct. But remember, everyone is different. Some people may not want to hold this. Some people say, I want to buy Inari. I don't want to buy Server Dynamics. Or prefer to buy INIX or MYEG. And also some of you may say, hey, currently if you check out Zac on the evening session, he talked about steel industry, right? So a lot of steels are running, Anju, MA Steel, already tebang already. So somebody say, hey, I might want to chase those. This one hasn't moved yet. Again, go back to your risk profile. Remember, in the growth value investing talk, and some of this weekend, those of you who are coming, I'll talk about understanding yourself. If you don't understand yourself, how you react to the market, I can tell you, it's going to be a real challenge for you. So I think that the message I try to give to you every morning and to understanding what and the market and you, it's very important in here. All right. I'll do one more before we close the session here. Okay. Any stocks I want to look at? Okay. And there was some here earlier on. I've seen some. Oh, HLT. Okay. HLT Global. Now HLT for this gentleman. Okay, HLT for Javen. Okay, now Javen, I assume you bought it at 170 lah, at this green pentagon. Now if you look at, let's look at HLT, what SMARTRobie telling you, okay? On the very basic level, let's look at SMARTRobie. What does he say? Okay, let's look at exit strategy. Assume you have it. All right, so medium target is 140. Think to exit at 995. Okay, so 995 is here. Okay, somewhere around here. So that will be your exit stop loss. Okay, green pentagon is already red and in the bearish orange trend zone. However, HLT may move sideways downtrend or go lower from here. Be ready to exit if you break the ATR stop loss. That's basically that's your plan. Okay, medium target is 195. All right, now consider other shares like KPS and VS in the industry. So let's look at KPS. Okay, KPS, Kumpulan Perangsang. Wow, this one already run, isn't it? Going up higher. Now this is the whole point why SMARTRobie is important. It's like a broker. Hey, why you want the whole HLT going down? No. You must have sell it, cut small loss, and move to two stocks. I have KPS and I have VS. Let's check out VS, okay? You can see that VS. So type in VS. There you go. VS started to break out nicely. So this is where we talk about assessment of opportunity, which I think many of you find it very challenging. I'm holding to this losing. And because of my psychology, right? I don't want to lose money. I hold on to it. But then you see other opportunities. So that's the problem. How fast you get out for this awareness is different from people to people. But on average, I can tell you people take about 2 to 3 years to learn about this. It's because how their interaction with opportunity. If you are businessman, business person, you can change very fast. Because the way you think is different. But if you are not, and you don't want to lose, and the ego and the emotion is so strong, you will not able to switch in here. Because this is what SMARTRobie does to address this issue, right? Let me just bring it up again. You can see here, it actually tells you, look, maybe there's no opportunity in HLT. You might want to consider KPS and VS. So something to think along the line, as I said before. Longer example is, if this stock market were to go higher, you're still holding on some of those stocks and do well, and your portfolio is not that big, and you're not well diversified. Now, you're talking about diversification, talking about different sector. It's coming this weekend. Some of you, I think I'll see you this weekend. Maybe I hope to see you, Richie, in our masterclass this weekend too. I'm not sure actually you register now. If you do register for it, just say hello to me. And Javen, I think you have attended our this weekend. You're attending our masterclass, so that will be definitely great, and we'll talk more and continue from there. I think whole point is what I'm trying to do is to share my experience, the almost 2 decades, 20 years experience in the market, and how market's going to go higher, ladies and gentlemen. The question is, are you going to be in that boat when it rises? That is the key question I want to bring up today. Okay, so let's move on to the other slides in here. Of course, the setups, I just want to remind everybody here. And very important, this is the slide where we talk about the step down. So every time when the market go up, you want to have the volume stepping up like this, 1, 2, 3. When the market come down, you want it to step down. And then finally, when you break up, the volume will step back up. So the color, you're going to get green color more, okay? And that's good. That means the market is actually rising in here. So if you get a lot of red volume bars on below there, right? But it's not what we call a step up but a step down, then it's okay. All right, you take a picture of this one in here and try to rehearse that in. Now I also think that many of you are focusing so much on the technicality, but it's also important to know about your own psychology too, because if you don't have a trading plan, you'll be very swayed by a lot of opinions out there. You may listen to Sifu A, Sifu B, right? All right, so have some sort of plan, and this takes a bit of experience, take a bit of time to learn, and enjoy the whole process of learning. All right, enjoy of making money, and also don't be so hard on yourself if you lose some money too. I think that's the whole purpose of investing and trading, and that's my message to you for today. Okay, this is a QR code. If you have not watched the video, can find out more. That's the up signal and down signal in here. And also this coming weekend, we'll be very, very busy with the many members of you who are from the public who have come. Thank you for your support. So I'll see you tonight at 8 o'clock. So begin our session in here. It will go on to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So Monday, there won't be any breakfast show. I do apologize for that, because I want to take care of all the masterclass students. I want to ensure that you will benefit in this coming boom for the US and the Malaysian market for that one. All right, so if you have not joined our Telegram chat room, do join us in there, and we will give you a lot of free information, so you will benefit in the coming boom. So that's all I have for today, and thank you for some of your stock comment and your time. Very importantly, your time to join us in here. Very, very happy to share my experience with you, so you will benefit too. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.